Welcome the anointed ones. The devil doesn't fight those going nowhere. He fights those destined to change everything. Chosen ones, did you know that over 90% of people give up just moments before they're about to succeed? Imagine a marathon runner collapsing 2 seconds before crossing the finish line. Tragic, isn't it? But here's the thing. You're not like them. You've been through too much, endured too many battles, and grown too wise to let the devil take you out at the 11th hour. You're here because you're not just running a race. You're defying every obstacle designed to break you. And if you think the enemy's been working overtime lately, it's because he knows you're on the verge of something monumental. But here's the catch. The devil doesn't realize that messing with a chosen one is like poking a sleeping lion. You might take a hit, but you will roar back louder than ever. So grab a seat and stay locked in, because today we're diving deep into why the finish line is closer than you think, and why nothing, not even the devil's finest tricks, can stop you from reaching it. Number 1. The devil only strikes hardest when victory is near. The devil strikes hardest when you're closest to your breakthrough. It's not a coincidence. It's a calculated attack. When you've been pushing through challenges, doubts, and setbacks, the enemy senses that you're about to achieve something extraordinary. That's when he unleashes his fiercest attacks, not because you're weak, but because you're too close to winning. The devil is a master strategist, and his favorite tactic is to exploit your exhaustion. After all, when you're tired, vulnerable, and questioning whether it's all worth it, you're easier to manipulate. He'll whisper lies like, "You're not good enough," or "It's never going to work out." He knows your mind is your battlefield, and if he can plant seeds of doubt there, he can stop you before you even realize how close you are. This is the critical moment most people fail to recognize. It's the final stretch where everything feels unbearable, like the weight of your efforts is crushing you. But that's the trap, because if you give up now, you'll never know how close you were to victory. Chosen ones have a different mindset. They understand that this heightened attack isn't a sign of failure. It's confirmation that they're about to break through. They refuse to let their pain or fatigue blind them to the truth. Every trial, every obstacle, every moment of despair is proof they're walking the right path. What the devil doesn't expect is your resilience. He doesn't see that the very attacks meant to destroy you are fueling your determination. And that's his biggest mistake. You won't stop. You won't fold. Because chosen ones know this. The finish line is just beyond the chaos. And nothing, absolutely nothing, is going to stop you now. Number 2, your pain is the devil's proof of your power. Pain isn't just random suffering, it's a signal of power. The devil targets you because he sees something in you that's worth fighting against. If you weren't a threat, you wouldn't be a target. The hardships you faced, the struggles that nearly broke you, and the moments you questioned your purpose, all of it is proof that your life carries a weight that terrifies the enemy. The devil thrives on convincing you that your pain is meaningless, that it's a punishment or a sign of failure. But chosen ones know better. Pain is a forge. It refines you, sharpens you, and prepares you for the monumental task ahead. The greater your pain, the greater your calling. It's no coincidence that the most influential people, the ones who shift worlds and break chains, are the ones who've suffered the most. The devil understands this better than most. He knows that pain, when harnessed correctly, becomes power. That's why he tries to stop you from realizing it. He wants you to drown in self-pity, to feel overwhelmed and defeated. But chosen ones flip the script. They don't see pain as a reason to give up. They see it as confirmation that they're walking the right path. The truth is, the devil fears what your pain will produce. He knows that if you push through, you'll become unstoppable. Every wound will turn into wisdom, every tear into strength, and every setback into a step forward. That's why he's so relentless in his attacks, because he's afraid of what you'll become if you survive. And here's the secret. You're not just surviving, you're thriving. Pain didn't break you, it built you. And now, the very thing the devil used to try to destroy you is the same thing that's making you invincible. Number 3. Your journey exposes the devil's desperation. When the devil's attacks start coming at you in rapid, chaotic waves, it's not because he's winning, it's because he's desperate. Chaos is his last-ditch effort to throw you off balance. He knows you're on the edge of something monumental, and his only strategy now is to create enough noise to distract you from your purpose. The closer you get to the finish line, the more erratic his moves become. This isn't the time to panic or retreat. Chosen ones understand that chaos is a signal, not a warning. It's proof that the enemy's strength is crumbling. His attacks become less strategic and more reckless because he's running out of options. He's throwing everything he has at you, hoping something will stick, but deep down he knows his time is up. The devil thrives on confusion. He'll stir up drama in your relationships, create obstacles out of nowhere, and make everything feel like it's spinning out of control. But the chosen know how to see through the noise. They recognize that this chaos is a smokescreen, a desperate attempt to keep them from seeing the truth. They're just steps away from the breakthrough. What makes chosen ones different is their ability to stay grounded in the storm. They don't get lost in the chaos because they've trained their minds to focus on the bigger picture. They understand that the devil's desperation is a compliment. It means they're walking in divine alignment. The enemy's frantic efforts are nothing but proof that he's losing grip. The chosen don't let the noise distract them. They keep moving forward, knowing that every chaotic attack is a sign they're about to step into the victory that was always meant for them. Number 4. Your silence disarms every demonic scheme. Silence is one of the most underestimated yet powerful tools a chosen one possesses. When you refuse to engage with the chaos the devil creates, you strip him of the one thing he needs to succeed, your reaction. The enemy thrives on emotional manipulation. He'll provoke you with insults, doubts, and distractions, hoping to pull you into a battle where you waste your energy fighting shadows. But chosen ones know better. They understand that silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. When you don't react, you force the devil to face his own emptiness. His schemes rely on your participation, your anger, and your fear. Without it, his plans crumble. Your silence isn't passive, it's active resistance. It sends a clear message: you won't control me. You won't pull me off my path. Silence isn't just about ignoring the enemy. It's about preserving your power. Every word you speak and every moment you spend engaging with negativity is energy lost that could have been used to move closer to your purpose. Chosen ones master the art of restraint, knowing that their purpose is too important to be derailed by meaningless battles. And the most brilliant part? Your silence confuses the enemy. He doesn't know what you're thinking, what your next move is, or how to attack you again. You become unpredictable, untouchable, and immune to his attempts to control you. While he scrambles for a new tactic, you keep moving forward, unfazed and unbothered. Silence isn't surrender, it's strength. It's the chosen way of saying, I see what you're doing, and I'm not playing your game. It's a weapon that disarms every attack without lifting a finger, leaving the devil powerless against your unshakable resolve. Number 5. Your discipline terrifies the devil. Discipline is the chosen one's greatest shield, and it's the very thing that terrifies the devil the most. The devil's primary strategy is distraction, dangling temptations, planting doubts, and creating chaos to lure you off your path. But when you've mastered the art of discipline, you become untouchable. Discipline creates a mental fortress, one so impenetrable that no scheme, no whisper of doubt can breach it. The devil doesn't fear your talents or your potential as much as he fears your ability to stay focused. Why? Because focus leads to progress, and progress leads to purpose fulfilled. If he can't break your concentration, he can't derail your mission. Chosen ones understand this and have trained themselves to ignore every distraction designed to slow them down. They know that the price of their calling is unwavering commitment, and they're willing to pay it. Discipline also denies the devil access to your mind. Without discipline, your thoughts wander, making you vulnerable to his lies and manipulation. But when your mind is fortified by clear goals and unshakable resolve, there's no room for his tricks. He can't plant seeds of self-doubt or fear because your focus chokes them out before they can take root. And here's the thing that truly terrifies him. Discipline isn't fleeting. It's a habit, a way of life. While others fall victim to distractions, the chosen stay steady, grinding day in and day out toward their purpose. The devil hates this because he knows he can't outlast someone who's disciplined. By staying disciplined, you don't just resist the devil, you exhaust him. You prove that no matter how hard he tries, your commitment to your purpose is stronger than any weapon he can form against you. Discipline makes you unstoppable, and that's what he fears most. Number 6, the devil's attacks are customized to your fears. The devil doesn't waste his time with random attacks. His strategies are precise and calculated, targeting the fears and insecurities he knows will hit you hardest. He studies you, your patterns, your doubts, the whispers of fear you've tried to bury, and uses them as weapons. But here's the truth. These fears are illusions, designed to paralyze you before you step into your breakthrough. For chosen ones, the key is recognition. They understand that fear is not a signal to retreat, but an opportunity to rise. The devil's attacks are nothing more than magnifications of thoughts you've entertained in moments of weakness. He takes those quiet doubts, amplifies them, and hurls them at you when you're on the brink of greatness. But chosen ones don't fall for the trap. They know that fear loses its power the moment it's confronted. Faith is the weapon that shatters the devil's illusions. Faith isn't just belief, it's action rooted in trust. It's stepping forward even when fear is screaming at you to stop. Chosen ones use faith like a torch, illuminating every dark corner the devil tries to fill with lies. They refuse to let their vulnerabilities define them. Instead, they face each fear with unwavering courage, knowing that what's on the other side is far greater than the illusion trying to hold them back. The devil doesn't want you to see that his attacks are customized because he fears your ability to overcome them. When you confront your fears head-on, you dismantle his entire strategy. Every time you step forward despite the fear, you prove that his schemes are powerless against the divine purpose you carry. And that's what makes you unstoppable, the courage to face what was meant to destroy you and turn it into the very thing that strengthens you. Number 7, your anointing frustrates every enemy. The devil doesn't waste his time on the ordinary. He's after the extraordinary. And when it comes to chosen ones, it's your anointing, the divine light within you, that frustrates him the most. Your anointing isn't just a gift. It's a calling, a purpose that was etched into your soul before you even knew it existed. The devil knows he can't destroy it, but that doesn't stop him from trying to dim it. He doesn't attack your possessions or your external success. Those are distractions. What he's really after is your light, the essence of your calling, because he knows that light can't be contained. It disrupts his darkness, exposing his schemes and empowering others to rise above them. But here's where the devil's strategy fails. Your anointing isn't something that can be stolen. It's not physical or fragile, it's spiritual, eternal, and untouchable. Every attack he launches against you is designed to make you question your purpose, to convince you that your anointing isn't enough, or that you're not worthy of it. But chosen ones see through this. They understand that opposition doesn't diminish their anointing, it sharpens it. Like gold refined in fire, every trial makes their purpose clearer and their resolve stronger. The devil's frustration comes from his inability to break what God has built. No matter how hard he tries, your anointing remains intact. In fact, the very attacks he uses to derail you often serve as confirmation of your power. They remind you that you're chosen, set apart, and destined for something greater than the enemy can comprehend. So, chosen ones don't fear the attacks. They welcome them as proof that their light is shining too brightly for the enemy to ignore. And no matter how hard he fights, the devil can never extinguish what was divinely placed within you. Number 8, the devil's clock is running out. The devil knows his time is short. He's not eternal, his influence is on borrowed time, and he's painfully aware of it. As you near the finish line of your purpose, his desperation escalates. He knows that once you step into your victory, his grip on that part of your life is permanently broken. That's why the attacks feel heavier, the distractions louder, and the obstacles more frequent. They're his final, frantic attempts to derail you. But chosen ones understand that divine timing is never rushed or overridden. While the devil scrambles to create chaos, they remain steady, knowing that his urgency is powerless against God's plan. Darkness thrives on panic and pressure, but chosen ones operate from a place of peace and patience. They know that what's destined for them can't be delayed, stolen, or destroyed, no matter how hard the enemy tries. The devil's clock ticking down isn't a sign for you to fear. It's a reminder of your authority. His desperation signals his defeat. The closer you get to the breakthrough, the more erratic his moves become. But chosen ones don't fall for the noise. They understand that what looks like chaos is actually confirmation. The enemy wouldn't be working so hard if you weren't about to walk into something extraordinary. Victory is inevitable for those who stay aligned with their purpose. When you refuse to give in to fear or distraction, you let divine timing take the lead. The devil's clock may be running out, but yours is right on schedule. You're not late, and you're not losing. Every second is moving you closer to the fulfillment of what was promised. And when you cross that finish line, it won't just be your victory, it'll be the devil's ultimate defeat. Number 9. You've already survived the hardest battles. The devil's last-minute attacks are weak compared to the battles you've already conquered. You've been forged in the fire of hardship, tested by trials that would have broken most people. But you didn't just survive, you grew stronger, wiser, and more resilient. That's what makes the devil's current attempts laughable. He throws his worst at you, forgetting that his worst is something you've already defeated in the past. Chosen ones know the value of their scars. They don't see past struggles as something to regret, but as proof of their strength. Every obstacle you've overcome has taught you lessons, built your endurance, and sharpened your focus. Those battles weren't wasted, they were preparation. So when the devil comes knocking now, trying to stir fear or doubt, you can look him square in the face and say, "I've been through worse and I'm still here." The devil's strategy is built on the hope that you'll forget your past victories. He wants you to focus on the current challenge and feel overwhelmed, but chosen ones don't fall for it. They remember the mountains they've already climbed, the storms they've already weathered, and the battles they've already won. They draw strength from their history, knowing that if they could overcome those struggles, there's nothing ahead that can break them. This mindset is what makes the devil's last-minute efforts futile. He can't intimidate someone who has already faced and conquered greater odds. Instead of slowing you down, his attacks only serve to remind you of how far you've come. You don't waste energy fearing what's ahead, because you know your past victories have equipped you for any challenge. And that's why you keep moving forward, fearless, unshaken, and unstoppable. Number 10. You're fighting for more than yourself. The devil's greatest weapon is isolation. He tries to feed you doubts that make you feel small, convincing you that your struggles are just about you, that it's your fight, and no one else is affected by your victory or defeat. But chosen ones don't fall for this lie. They understand that their battle is much larger than personal gain. They're not just fighting for themselves. They're fighting for the people they love, the communities they serve, and even those they may never meet. Their victory isn't just theirs, it's a ripple that will impact generations, alter destinies, and bring light into unseen realms. Chosen ones see the bigger picture. Every step forward they take, every ounce of strength they summon in the face of adversity is a victory for more than just their personal dreams. It's a triumph for those who will be inspired by their courage. It's a breakthrough for the ones who will be lifted up by their success. And it's a restoration for the unseen realms where the forces of darkness are being pushed back every time they stand firm. The devil wants you to believe that your struggles are futile, that your efforts don't matter in the grand scheme of things. He wants you to feel like giving up is just about you walking away from your goals. But chosen ones know the stakes are much higher than that. When they give in to fear or despair, they're not just losing their own potential. They're allowing the devil to steal the blessings that were meant to overflow into the lives of others. That's why chosen ones keep fighting. They understand that their victory is tied to something greater than themselves. They refuse to let the devil steal what isn't just theirs to lose. When you fight for others, when you fight for the calling on your life, you're fighting to create a legacy that outlives you. And that's the kind of fight that can never be taken down by the enemy. Number 11. Your faith isn't based on circumstances. Chosen ones don't let circumstances dictate their faith. The devil might throw obstacles, chaos, or delays your way, but that's where his power stops, because your faith isn't rooted in what you can see or what's immediately around you. While the world reacts to what it can touch, hear, or feel, chosen ones operate from a deeper knowing, a belief in promises that transcend the current situation. Your faith is grounded in something much stronger than temporary conditions. The enemy thrives on the visible. He wants you to be consumed by your challenges, distracted by what's happening in front of you, and discouraged by what appears to be a lack of progress. He hopes you'll start questioning the very promises that have been planted in your spirit. But chosen ones have learned that circumstances are just fleeting shadows. They hold no power over the eternal truth of what God has spoken. What you know in your spirit is far more powerful than what you see with your eyes. Chosen ones don't base their faith on fleeting emotions or momentary setbacks. Their belief is anchored in the assurance that God's promises are unchanging, regardless of the storms they may face. The devil wants to break you by distorting your perception of reality, but when your faith is not rooted in circumstances, you cannot be swayed. This is the strength that makes chosen ones unshakable. They know that the victory is already theirs, even when everything around them seems uncertain. Faith is the lens through which they view the world, a lens that sees beyond the chaos to the divine plan unfolding behind the scenes. When your faith is unshakable, no devil, no circumstance, no matter how big or how loud, can take away what's already been promised. Number 12. The finish line isn't just about winning, it's about legacy. The devil tries to convince you that the finish line is all about personal triumph, about you crossing that final mark and celebrating your success. He wants you to focus solely on your own victory, to believe that your journey is just for you. But chosen ones understand something the enemy doesn't want you to see. The finish line isn't just about winning, it's about legacy. Every step you take, every challenge you overcome, and every obstacle you crush is paving a way for others to follow. Your victory isn't just yours to enjoy, it's the proof that resilience, faith, and divine favor always triumph. You're not just showing that you can make it, you're showing others that they can make it too. Your journey becomes a beacon, a testimony to those who will look to you for inspiration when their own struggles seem insurmountable. The devil's biggest mistake is thinking that your battles are isolated to just one person. When chosen ones win, the victory reverberates far beyond their own life. It shifts paradigms, challenges old mindsets, and creates opportunities for others to walk in the same divine favor. This is why the enemy's attacks feel so personal. They're not just about breaking you. He's trying to stop the ripple effect your victory will have, trying to silence the legacy you're creating. But chosen ones know that their fight isn't just for personal success, it's for a future that's being built with every victory. Your resilience becomes a blueprint, your endurance a model for others to follow. At the finish line, you don't just win for yourself, you leave a trail for others to walk through, ensuring that when you cross over into your promises, you've created a path of victory for others to follow. And that's a legacy no devil can take away. In the end, chosen ones understand that the finish line isn't just a place, it's a turning point. Every battle fought, every setback endured, and every victory claimed isn't just about your personal journey, it's about the legacy you're creating, the impact you're making, and the ripple effect that extends far beyond your own life. The devil might try to derail you, distract you, or even make you doubt the promises ahead, but none of his schemes can touch the strength, resilience, and divine favor that you carry. Your victory is inevitable, not because of what the enemy does or doesn't do, but because you are aligned with a purpose that cannot be shaken. When you finally cross that finish line, you won't just be standing in your own success. You'll be standing as a testament to the power of resilience, faith, and the unbreakable promises of God. Your victory will become the foundation for others to stand on, proving that no matter how fierce the battle, divine favor always wins. The devil's time is short, but yours is eternal. Keep running, Keep fighting and remember that every step you take brings you closer to something far bigger than yourself. Victory is not just a moment, it's a legacy, and you are here to create one that cannot be erased. If this message resonated with you, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on more powerful content like this. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it, and don't forget to leave a comment below. Let's keep the conversation going. If you're ready to keep pushing forward, because your journey isn't over yet. Thanks for being here, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.